There are two guests. One is Baixue, one is Zhengyuan. Please say hello to our viewers. It's really my honor to be here, to be your guide, to take our CCTV viewers to experience the nightlife in Xishuangbanna. My name is Bai Quan, and it's my pleasure to share with you about the beautiful sceneries, food, and people here in Xishuangbanna. Many people are wearing local costumes. Now let's talk over walking. What is this activity? This is a bonfire gala. We are gonna follow the dancers. For your information, you can see the local costumes of our performers. This is a Dai-ethnic costume. It's splendid. Some of them are about the Peacock Dances. On this piece of land, it is home to 13 different ethnic minorities. We're gonna go to the banks of the Mekong Lancang River to see the water lamps. Once it comes to the festival, we will light on the water lamps to carry our best wishes away. Now let's have a look about this lamp. This is actually a lotus lamp. We have different sorts of water lamps. This is quite a splendid and official one. Later on, we're gonna take you to the Mekong River to light up those lamps. We see a lot of tourists lighting their lamps. This is not a usual candle. This is a specially made candlesticks in Dai people. It is typical of us to give our best wishes. You could see that they use the fresh flowers and the leaves. And now we're by the Lancang River, and we're gonna place those lights over the river. You could already see a lot of such beautiful lamps flowing along with the water. You can take a closer look at this lotus lamp. A lot of flowers are decorating it. For your information, this is the egg flower. This is like the national flower of Laos. It's actually one type of plum flowers. In November, it is usually flowering. And now we will place this light down and give our best wishes to it. So this is about letting go of those lamps. It's a necessity in this festival. The Water Lamp Festival was in early November. It was staged in this same platform. Later on, we're gonna take you to see the only grand lamps show of the Dai people. The tourists are now placing down their own lanterns. Let's interview some of them. Hello, gentlemen. Excuse me. Can I talk with you? Where are you coming from? From Chengdu. How long have you been staying here? 2 days. And how do you feel about this activity? I like it. Did you make a wish? Yes, I did. Could you tell us your secret? No, it's privacy. Thank you for your time. Those performers actually have some other activities arranged. Those beautiful ladies are called shaodoli in the Dai language. So those beautiful ladies are gonna take you to join the bonfire activities later on. What about the costumes? This costume is for dancing the Peacock Dance. It's quite typical in Xishuangbanna. It's very elegant dance. Now let's walk closer and dance with them. Let's try to dance like them. You seem to be doing pretty well. Where are you coming from? Jiangsu province. You dance pretty well. Many tourists put on the costumes of local people when they come here. They change their postures. When getting into such an environment, they couldn't help being immersed. That's why everyone is really enjoying the dance. As you can see, there are so many tourists in the surroundings. They come from every corner of our country. They seem to be joining this performance. When will such an activity begin every day? About 8:30. You could look at the costumes of the dancers. They're different. Some are about dancing Dai dances, some are about Peacock Dance, some are about the Wa ethnic dances. And you can look at the decorations on the head. That's the feather. Usually for the peacock dances, they wore blue and white. White represents beauty and purity. They are right now dancing Dai ethnic dance. They are gonna turn to Wa ethnic dances later on. For the gentlemen to dance Dai dances, they did it differently. They could show their manhood in such a dance. Those are all the tourists. They are wearing local costumes. When they see our camera, they seem to be more excited. Those are the Wa ethnic costume. Wa ethnic group usually loves to have long hair and wear a band on their head. So a lot of their dancing movements are about shaking their heads. You will have a see about the Wa ethnic dances. I think this dance is from Jinghong ethnic minority. Sorry, Han ethnic minority. This is a very extraordinary year for people to gather here and have such a gala together happily. It's really unique. You see, everyone is putting on happy smiles. Some of them are like imitating the duck's move. I think the dances will go on for some time. And for your information, our viewers, such an activity happens every night at 8:30. So many people here, they're all surrounding us. We see a lot of tourists joining this dance gradually. And I also would love to introduce to you, now this is the Shuangjing in Xishuangbanna. We're right now next to the bonfire gala. This is actually a lantern show. This seems to be the customs of Thailand. For example, this is the first and the only Dai Le lantern show. So right behind me, those are some of the lanterns. This one is from Thailand. Behind it, you could see the 4 Thailand characters, Sawadika. Hello there, Sawadika. Our exhibition starts from October the 30th, 2020 to May the 10th, 2021. So it lasts for about half a year. If you cannot make it now, you could still have opportunities to experience the nightlife here in Xishuangbanna next year. Now let's move on and have more glimpses of those lanterns. Since the tourists are now all around the bonfire, we will have more opportunities to have closer looks at those lanterns. Those 2 lanterns are quite typical. Those are in the shape of local Dai people. As you know, there have been a lot of different families and branches of Dai ethnic minority. You could see that they are wearing different costumes. This one is called Dai Ran. So it's put on their head. You see the white cloth on their head. If it's black, then it means this person is coming from a different branch of Dai people. What about 小补帽 hat? It's called 烧多利帽兜里. It's quite hot here. It's not winter time yet, so it's just cool in the night. When is the best season to come to Xishuangbanna? I think this is it. You could encounter this water lantern festival, and also it's not cold at this moment. This festival starts on November the 11th this year. It's quite beautiful to take photos with our cell phones. It's like a fantasy. It seems like meandering through the space. This is a mirror. The kids are enjoying their time here. How many lanterns are here? We can see all of the lanterns along our way. Some of the lanterns are really suitable for taking photos or selfies. You see the mirrors over there, so if you take a photo with those lamps, it feels like in a dream. Are you doing a live show? No, I'm just taking photos. Where are you coming from? Henan province. Is this your first time to see the festival? Yes. How do you like it? I love it. Can I have a look at your photos? Lovely home. No matter if you come alone or with your family members, this is really the right place to go. Mind your steps. If we keep walking, we can see a lot more. We just left the bonfire gala and we are walking into those lanterns show. You could see that's a water village because that village is composed of a lot of wood-made houses. It's cooler than the plaza because the bonfire was on, so it felt hotter. If we walk past this bridge, we will enter into Longo Island, and over there you will see more lanterns. Many tourists are leaving their footprints here by taking photos. It's like a summit. It's a beautiful view from this point. You could see the water markets coming from 6 different countries. So there are streets of the 6 countries. If we take a look at the bonfire plaza, it's very beautiful from this angle. Let's look at the hotel behind us. It's magnificent. That's our lotus lamp. As you know, the lotus is one of the 6 big flowers. This is xiangjiao drum. If you beat it, there will be beautiful sound. You must have heard about this drum. The Dai people dances with this musical instrument. Where there is such a drum, there will be happiness. Now let's hit it. It really relieved the pressure on you. Now let's keep walking. So this lantern show has a lot of interactive arrangement. It's really beautiful. You can have a snapshot about the Xishuangbanna nightlife here. So you have to come to Gaoyangshangjin to experience the unique charm of Xishuangbanna. Because of the epidemic, a lot of people cannot make it here. So through our live show, we could have some idea about the local food, the costumes, the culture and customs. So just now we have seen the bonfire gala, and later on we can take the boat. From Gaoyangshangjin, you can take this boat and experience the scenery along the city. And as has been said, because of the epidemic, we cannot go overseas for more sightseeing. So Gaoyangshangjin is trying to bring alive the scenery in Asean countries. If you come here, it feels like you're in Asean countries. That's actually Dai language. If it's translated into Mandarin, it means 9 towers and 12 villages. Xishuangbanna is also Dai language. If it's translated into Mandarin, it's also 12 villages. A lot of tourists here. That's a tower. It's very beautiful. It's called White Tower. It's also of Dai features. It's in the shape of a temple, and below it, that's a dragon boat. This is actually the most popular architecture for our tourists. That is the bell with the elephant and Buddha all imprinted there. Now let's move to the pier. We can take the boat over there. Is that a snake or a dragon? It's not a dragon. In Bo religion, it represents all people. A boat is already awaiting there. We see the shape of a big fish on the boat. Later on, you could tour around the city on this boat. Our photographer, please. It's quite featured. It's the market on the water, so you don't have to go abroad to experience the customs from Asean countries. It feels differently to experience this lantern show from above the water. Behind us, those are the lotus lanterns. From this point of view, the hotel is really beautiful from the distance. That's the look of the peacock. When you sit on the boat silently, you could feel tranquility. Are we right now above the Lancang River? Yes, the Lancang River is behind us. This water is also from Lancang River. It's an inland river. So that's about the water market. It adopts a unique architecture. For example, the bamboo sticks of the houses. Many Thai people are still living in such a house. In this architecture, it's very cool in summer because people live above the sticks. And in the first floor, it's usually for raising the animals. So you could see the streets from 6 ASEAN countries. Every bridge is connecting the architecture or streets from 2 countries. It's really meaningful. It's like connecting different countries with the bridges. You just talked about the 9 towers and 12 villages in the Mandarin. So we have to ride beneath the bridges. Yes. It feels like in southern China, touring on the boat, but it's different. You see the different flags in different streets. If it's the Chinese flavor, then a Chinese flag will be plugged there. If you enter into the Vietnamese or Thailand or Laos streets, then you will see their national flags. And also you can see the shadows of the houses in the water. This is from Thailand. Many people are taking photos here. We see many beautiful ladies coming to the nightlife wearing a very beautiful dye costume. You will learn more about the difference of costumes. Now we are wearing dye costume. It's a long skirt with long sleeves, and also on our heads we wear the flowers. Also there are some rules about the flowers. Usually we wear the flowers on the right side of our head. And later on in the nightlife, you will see the ladies wearing dye run. The difference about it from our dye costume is that usually in Thailand it's very hot. It feels like it's summer all through the 4 seasons, so they wear more scantily so as to be cool. Look in the front. There is a night activity that is a performance above the water. The performers are wearing different splendid costumes and they're standing above the water in the boat. It's the only water show here in Gaoyang. In addition to that, we also have such touring performances on land. In this place, we will exhibit different forms of shows and gala to you. Are there a lot of tourists here? You could see all those taking photos. They're from everywhere. Since this is the epidemic era, will there be less tourists? Actually, no, because it's the winter time. In Xishuangbanna, it's much warmer than elsewhere. A lot of northeastern people will come here because in the daytime it could be as hot as 30 Celsius degrees. You see they are wearing dye run costume, and we too are wearing dye costume of Dai ethnic minority. You could see the difference. And if you look back, you can see the dancers. They seem to be very close to us. It's like we're sitting in the VIP seats. Those are Gaoyang dancers. They are wearing the Thailand's costume, and they are holding the feathers of peacocks. As you know, peacock is an auspicious animal image here in Xishuangbanna. So everywhere in Xishuangbanna, you can see the images like sculptures or architecture of elephants and peacocks. This is Hani people. The gentlemen are wearing dye costumes, and you see there are wrappings on their heads, and the ladies are wearing the peacock costumes. From my angle, the hotel I was mentioning is really beautiful. It's like a beautiful painting, so many tourists will take photos from this angle. All the high-rise buildings emerge in the same picture. This dance is called the Peacock Dance. Over there, you see that their costumes are really imitating the look of a peacock. And the second performer here from the right is wearing like a peacock decorations on his head. This dance is also from the Asean countries. Xishuangbanna and Thailand people dance like this. Because Thai ethnic minority really admires peacock. They believe that peacocks are really sacred. And also the elephants, right? For example, the columns of the bridges. You could see an elephant image emerges on the columns. If we look over there, that's the night market. A moment later, after finishing this touring on the boat, we will enter into the night market. Baiquan, could you please introduce more to our viewers about the night market? The Starlight Night Market is like the longest and most beautiful night market in Asean countries. There have been 3,000 different stalls here. You could have a taste of food from almost everywhere in the world. In this so-called Starlight Night Market, we create a lot of job opportunities, and many night economy here in Xishuangbanna has been triggered by this market. It's like the landmark tourist spot in Xishuangbanna. Thai and Thai people will cook their local food and offer their typical customs experience here. We are oriented to the entire Chinese people and also the ASEAN people for more experience. I see a lot of flags. They seem to be the national flags of different countries. Yes, you're right. 6 ASEAN countries. I could smell barbecue. Indeed, it's really popular. You must taste it when you come to Xishuangbanna. Some of them are never heard about. For example, the fruits dipped in the chilies. I don't know if you have tasted it. It's really a unique flavor. We are very near the 9 towers. It's like a twin tower. In Gaoyang, there have been a lot of twin towers established together. Those two are quite similar. As to the 12 villages, they also have similar Chinese names. If you come here to discover the 12 villages and 9 towers, it's going to be an interesting journey. It's really cool here. It's really a comfortable season to tour in Xishuangbanna. You don't feel cold even by the water. With a gust of breeze, you feel very comfortable and at ease. Yes, we listen to this beautiful music with the breeze coming towards us. It's cool. And also over there, you see a lot of singers. They are mainly trying to entertain the tourists, and of course, they are paid. It's a new job opportunity here. We not only welcome our tourists to sing here, we also support them with financial returns. So we try to boost the night economy in this night market, and also we support those displaced people. Almost all displaced people in Xishuangbanna gather here in this night market. They just take a guitar or a speaker and then they make money. From this point, there are a lot of tourists in the night market. Yes, indeed, it gathers the largest number of tourists. What is the business hour? Usually till the midnight. Since it's winter time, and the night market opened since 7 o'clock at night till midnight. But as you know, Xishuangbanna is actually a sleepless city. We have a lot of nightlives to offer. In the first half of this year, because of the epidemic, not a lot of tourists paid visit here, but now because of the control of the epidemic, more tourists come to Xishuangbanna because it is a very unique and irreplaceable place. It concentrates almost all flavors of ASEAN countries to the full. And as has been mentioned since November, there have been a lot of newly planned activities. You could have more closer experience of local culture and customs. Just like I said, the Water Lantern Festival. This Lantern Festival is a very grand festival. It is usually staged around November. And another new festival is Daile Lantern Festival. As is introduced, you're actually a lantern lady. So what is that title about? For the Lantern Lady, this activity has been held for 5 years. This year is the 5th year. It's just finished. And there will be a final list of 10 beautiful ladies. Those 10 ladies will be like the promotion ambassador of the water lanterns. They will hold those lotus lanterns and place the lanterns down along the Mekong River and make their best wishes. It's really a very influential competition here. Every year it attracts beautiful ladies from not only Xishuangbanna but actually from all around the countries. We see a lot of ladies from Harbin and Shanxi province almost everywhere in China. Once they discovered about this competition, they would buy their ticket here to be part of us. The festival is not just about selecting a beauty. It's more about promoting our locality and promoting the Dai and Thai cultures. Is this show on throughout the night? Yes. Since it's on water performance, there will be other designated places for them to give their performances on land. You see their peacock hats. They're wearing the peacock decorations on their heads. I've heard a lot about the Starlight Night Market, and now here I could feel the lamps are just like the stars lighting up the sky. Particularly in the summertime, there will be a lot of stars in the sky. If you just order a bottle of juice and experience the performance at night, it's really a starry night. And now there are a lot of more touring boats coming towards us. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. They're very enthusiastic. The northeastern Chinese live here in Xishuangbanna a lot because northeastern China is very cold, so they buy properties here in Xishuangbanna and live in the winter time. That's why this place is home to the largest number of northeastern Chinese compared to the other places in China. Xishuangbanna could be said as a very inclusive city. Compared to other provinces like Hainan province, it's really hot and humid in certain time, but here in Xishuangbanna, it's mild temperature throughout the whole year, so it's a more suitable place to live. Now we will enter the night market. We will discover more in the Starlight Night Market. There are a lot of decorative fruits. Are they real fruits? Some are real, some are fake. It's really hustling and bustling. In Xishuangbanna, this is a new project of tourism, and they are wearing daring costume. A lot of ladies are wearing like this in the night market. That lady is holding a silver-made bowl by the water. It's very professional posture. Our program has been on for several sessions, but in the first session, it's about Xishuangbanna. I still remember that we haven't seen such tourism activities back then. Yes, we are developing really fast. Usually the ladies will try those costumes on. We hear beautiful songs. It's the ethnic songs. Not just local food, we also gather the food from Asean countries and everywhere in the world. We now can see the Asean national flags. It's very beautiful hanging above in the air. And on both sides of the road, those are featured food. And we can see the umbrellas. Yes, that's called the dye umbrellas. And above the umbrellas, those are the 6 countries' national flags. So we see the food from everywhere. The fresh juice, dumplings. Are you from northeastern China? Yes, from Harbin. How long have you been here? 3 years. This is the first year we do this business. What do you do for a living? We are selling the boiled pork giblets. Do you usually come back home? Yes, during the Spring Festival, we come back home. How is your business? It's pretty good. Best wishes to you. Like I said, this stall is really interesting. In every stall, we sell such ice stickers. It's from Laos. There are a lot of different flavors like coconut or kiwi food. It's made of pure fruits with no additives. So it's natural. Just pick one. Let's each pick one. This is of a watermelon flavor. How much is it? 10 for one. It's purely made of watermelon. There is no additive. RMB for 3. Thank you. What is this green one? Is it kiwi food? Yes. This one is also interesting. What are you making? What is haobeng? Translated into Mandarin, it's a pancake. It's an ice-made pancake. Sorry, it's a rice-made pancake. Could you please show us how it's baked? Very unique tools. It's magical. Is it made of flour or rice? Yes, sticky rice. Sticky rice can be made into a lot of food. And then you see gradually it's blown up. You see the bubbles. Thai people love to cook food on the oil. For example, the pineapple rice. And also over there we will see the Thai food. It's a very interesting experience. We can try by ourselves. It's almost done. It's well cooked. What's the price? 6 RMB yuan. For such a big pancake, you can have a taste. It's very crispy, right? Well cooked, very crispy. It's fragrant and sweet. Thank you. Now let's take our haobeng, the sticky rice made pancake, and tour in the night market. You can have a taste and share about the flavor. It's really crispy and fragrant. Does it taste like sticky rice? Yes, that's the sweetness of the sticky rice. So if you come to Xishuangbanna, you must taste such local food. But you have to take such a plastic bag. Thank you, and let's move on. We can see the barbecue stalls. Yes, that's a Thai barbecue. I can introduce more about the barbecue. It's different from the barbecues made in Sichuan because it's usually bigger sticks. This one is the cow skins. Let's zoom in. That's the sour meat. You can see the hairs on the skin. Is it delicious? Yes, indeed. It's just like the tofu dipped in sauces. This is called bao shao. That's the banana leaves wrapping it up. Why are we using the banana leaves to wrap it up for a barbecue? Because the banana leaf has some fragrant smell, and when we bake it all together, the smell will be integrated together. What are those? That's the small eggplant. That is the banana flower. That's mango. The mangoes are also used for food, for a meal. You see different sorts of food here. The tourists love those food. Different food are sold here in the stalls. It's really difficult to choose among them. Any recommendation? You could start from the food from the Asean countries. They're really original. I recommend this one. This is Vietnamese Noodles. They're handmade. They don't use even machines. See, they're all handmade. They're traditional. And you can have a lot of materials and raw materials to choose from. Where are you coming from? I am a tourist here, from elsewhere. Is this your first time to taste the food? Yes. Let's have a taste. So Vietnamese noodles. It's also made of rice noodles. She can use both hands to make. You can see the different raw materials, the mushrooms, and meat. And as to the sausages, it's also very unique. Are you Chinese? She's a Dai-ethnic minority. Different branches of a Dai-ethnic minority belong to one big family. Did I miss something? I was just now paying. So they are rolling the sticks. There will be different raw materials to choose from. Usually I eat this for dinner. Thai people in Xishuangbanna really like the flavor of the chicken feet. This is the lemon-dipped chicken feet. So that's the secret sauce you just mentioned about. It's like the soul of these noodles. There are some local vegetables here. That's the highlight. Thank you. Now let's have a taste. And let's zoom in. It's really chewy and bendy. Is it spicy? Yes. You see the chilies here. It's spicy and I think she's not using the Chinese soy sauce. Maybe she's using the Laos soy sauce. So it's more bland. It's really delicious. It's spicy though. So if you're not a chili person, it may be too strong. How do you find it? The wrapping tastes quite like the wrapping of a dumpling. What is that? Is that a bean? That may be the cowpeas. Do you think it's too spicy? It's acceptable. Particularly the spicy flavor lingers on our tongues. Xishuangbanna people love spices. Maybe that's because it's humid here. We need such a spicy flavor. And let's move on. We see so many people. As you know, Xishuangbanna is a producing area of a lot of fruits like pineapple, mango, watermelon, bananas. This is also a local feature. Yes, it's made of beef. This belongs to Han people. But we have different ways of cooking. Some are baked, some are smoked. This one must be baked. So the dried beef will be baked here. It's called gamba beef. This one is also very interesting. Can you eat with the facial mask on? It's difficult. This belongs to Shiping, not Xishuangbanna food. That's why I said in this night market you can eat food from everywhere. I believe that this has been shot in one documentary of A Bite of China. It's very delicious. You can show them what it's like when you cut it. Can you cut it into two pieces? We can eat the food from Beijing and northeastern China. And also it's not costly. Every stall will not have an unreasonable bargaining. Take a seat. How is your business? Now, because of the epidemic, we don't have a lot of tourists here, but it's much better right now. How many tofu can you sell? Several hundred. Several hundred RMB yuan or several hundred tofu? Several hundred RMB yuan. But if the tofu are sold out, we will close the stall. Have a taste. This is Laos beer. It's really strong. So if you cannot drink, you will be drunk after drinking 2 to 3 bottles. I've heard about the beer from Laos and Myanmar. They're very popular here. Yes, and also from Thailand. There is a black beer from Laos. It's even stronger. You see different sorts of gamba. One is from honey ethnicity, the other is from Dai ethnicity. So you see this gamba from honey, it's smoked. And you see the owners, the stall owners wear different costumes, Jinghong and Wa and Dai and honey ethnicities. But most of them are wearing Dai costumes because Xishuangbanna is like the habitats for Dai people. That's why this place is called Xishuangbanna, Dai ethnic minority. In Xishuangbanna, we have a saying that every food could be mixed as a salad. You see the noodles, the chicken feet, and so on, they could be mixed together. That wooden buckle is also very interesting. They use the vinegar from Thailand. Could you show us the vinegar? If you like the salad here in Xishuangbanna, you can buy this Thailand vinegar to mix it yourself. Can I have one? We want a mixed noodles. Sichuan's glass noodles are very famous. Now let's have a taste to see the difference. Now let's wait a moment. She's making one for us. We also see the rice in the wood barrel. It's very interesting. The peanuts and the rice are wrapped together in the wood stick. Excuse me? What is it you're eating? The shrimps? And you're holding the sticky rice in the wood stick. How do you find it? It's really sweet and yummy. I particularly love the chicken feet. We just ordered one. The glass noodles. How much is it? 15. They use the wood barrel to mix the food. To taste all the different sorts of food in one night, you need a lot of bellies. It's a cheap place to enjoy the food as well. In this night market, you can have everything you want. Thank you. They look water-mouthing. You see the carrots, slices, the peanuts, the vegetables. They're not cooked at all. The eggplant and so on, we don't need to cook them. We just eat them raw. Let's walk over the food. Thank you. It's sour. The glass noodles are quite soft, and I eat lemon, so it tastes sour. Let's walk this way. It's raw vegetable. It's not cooked at all. Even eggplant is uncooked. Crispy. I could hear you chewing. So there's Thai glass noodles. They're different from those in Sichuan province. You have a lot of rich flavors here in this one bowl. And they use the oil-cooked chilies. In Sichuan province, but for us it's fresh chilies. And then we see a landmark architecture called the Dajingta Temple. It's magnificent. And I also want to introduce to you this stall. It's balada from Thailand. Balada means pancake, just like the pancake in India. But this one, it's sweet. Which flavor did you order? The banana. I could smell it. They directly use banana as the stuffing. That is the butter. Also, I want to introduce to you about the Thailand condensed milk. It's sweeter. I want an original flavor. And also, I need 1 egg. Let's see the price of it. A pancake will be larger and larger, so it's just like chapati in India. And it must be fried to a certain degree. You see, it's made bigger and bigger, so that's quite a test of the technique. You cannot break it. Compared to chapati in India, this one just doesn't fly. And then you put it in the oil, and also the cook is not afraid of the heat. And then it's the egg. Do you smell it? It's quick. 1 pancake needs only 1 to 2 minutes. Do you do such a show frequently? Yes. So you appear in a lot of such live shows? Yes, maybe because I'm more familiar with Xishuangbanna, so it's really lucky for me to be invited by different platforms to introduce Xishuangbanna to the viewers. I want it sweeter. I need the condensed milk. I almost eat those food every night, so I gained weight. So if you need to gain weight, come to Xishuangbanna. Are we gonna gain weight because of such food? Yes. In Thai people, we don't eat a lot of oil like Sichuan province. Usually we just don't cook them. Cut it into different pieces and then spray some condensed milk. So every time I do a live show, I will introduce this one. It's quite typical. Thank you. It's really delicious. It's just done. It's the balada. Balada means pancake. It's still hot. Wonderful. Enjoy your food first. The flavor of the eggs and the condensed milk, they're mixed perfectly. So this is a stall of selling the ethnic costumes. That's the main road of the night market. And you can see the performers. Just now I introduced, in addition to the water performances, there are a lot of on-land performances, and that's it. Now let's wait here to see where they are going. They are also dancing the Peacock Dances. You see, the sticks are totally spreading out, just like the tail of a peacock. Some of them are ladies, some are gentlemen. They wear different decorations on their heads. Those are beautiful ladies. The first one is the winner of this year's water lantern competition. And those are traditional Dai Le costumes for gentlemen. Now let's move on. Those are decorations. Those are handicrafts. This lady is from Thailand. She's a Thai person. She's from Chiang Mai. How many years have you been in here? Do you speak Chinese? No. But she's been here for 4 years. She came specially for Goyang Shuangjing. She has been making those handicrafts for 4 years. She's an expert. One flower costs 38. What is it made? It's made of soap. If you sell this to your girlfriend, it's a perfect choice. If you send a gift like fresh flowers, they will wither away. But with this flower, the soap-made flower, it can last forever. This one is delicately carved. How much time does it take to carve one flower? For white one, 5 to 10 minutes, and then you have to paint colors on it and then dry. Now let's move on. A lot more people upstairs. We will go to the platform to have a night view of the entire night market. Okay, then we will end this show from above. since we can see the view of the entire night market over there. You see? So many beautiful ladies here. And also kids. Those are the singers you just talked about. Here and over there. Now let's look at our side. So many people over there. It's really a newly emerging night economy. They're all ladies. One photographer can serve 3 to 4 beautiful ladies. And then we turn our camera down to see the entire night market. It's really beautiful. Now let's look back. Particularly, we see the oil paper umbrellas. Okay, I do want to thank you two ladies. Thank you for your introduction. And this is about this live show. We sincerely welcome our visitors to come to Xishuangbanna and Gaozhuang Xishuangji. We welcome you here. And also you can come to me, Baiqu and Meng Yuan, to be your guides. How much do you cost? You can check later on. We welcome you to contact us. We have hospitality. We welcome friends from everywhere in the world. Come to Gaozhuangji and Xishuangbanna to experience the beauty here. Thank you for your time. This is the end of today's live show. Thank you for your watching.